All right, welcome back to another episode of the Junk Mail with myself and Dylnuz. And obviously, you can probably see we've got a special guest with us here today. Welcome, Josh Totino. What's going on in the show, mate?
Lads, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. Look, big show on the cards. Melbourne Cup recap. And we've got Dicko, who's going to be doing the preview for Oaks Day. But, I've been given a big responsibility today, and I'll be back later with a bit of comedy and hopefully get a bit of a laugh out of you guys with a joke.
I'm sure you'll be
good
fine.
Start, Totty.
I'll quickly just throw to Dicko, but geez, I'm looking forward to this joke from Totty.
I do think there's a case to be made for Very Elegant to knock this horse off. The last time they met, Very Elegant SP 210 versus 270 was backed heavily to beat it. Her benchmark figures are as good as they sort of ever have been. She gets the trip. She's got a superior rider in James McDonald to Brett Preble.
We'll get there.
So they're away in the Cup. Some of the key players, Very Elegant, Incentivised, Floating Artist were drawn wide. Well, Floating Artist was drawn barrier 10. It was a very interesting setup, this horse, because Teo Nugent ridden its last two starts and got it really wrong and slaughtered it. Really should have been unbeaten. I thought his ride was the best of anyone in this race. The horse just wasn't good enough. J-Max sort of restrained slightly Very Elegant and just dove into the rail to try and get a spot. They still haven't gone past the winning post, and he's just getting in now, so he could have been sort of stuck 3 or 4 wide, but he's in there and he's one off. He's got the back of the Chosen One at this point in time. Spanish Mission's in front of him, but he's going to have to push on. So, from that wide barrier with her pattern and obviously the Chris Waller yard. So, Chris Waller stable generally wide barrier, they'll go back. Inside draw, they might try and go forward. So, for her to not be last, she's worse than midfield here, going around the corner the first time. It's still a pretty good spot. She's almost midfield. So, Incentivised, the favourite's gone forward and sat outside the lead of Persan. So, OSL's outside the leader. I don't think it's not the A1 spot, but from that barrier, he's either going to take on Persan for the fence or stay one off. I probably would have gone for the fence in hindsight because it was a pretty big on fence bias yesterday at Flemington. Floating Artist, Teo Nugent has slotted this thing into the 1-1. It's just one back, one off the fence. Probably the best spot in racing. So it's often a little bit less relevant deal in staying races, particularly 200 metre races. And you can sell that by the margins are so big that little bits don't matter as much. Just sort of the best horse can sort of often win. The best stayer. They're going around the side now, and instead of sort of holding a spot where he was, he's picking horses to follow already. James McDonald, which is brave and really intelligent. So he's 3 wide now, but with cover, working to the race. He's got the back of Spanish Mission, I think it's called. Willow rides it. It runs top, maybe might run third. They're going along a moderate gallop, a good gallop. So they're you don't want to be too far off them because it's going to be hard to make ground as a rule here. He is 3 wide back with the back of Spanish, and you've got the back of Grand Promenade, who was 3 wide, no cover the whole way, which is just suicide. We're coming into the straight now. Very Elegant is winning this race here. If you watch it live, you can see all the other jockeys' elbows are really into their horses. Their whips are out. He hasn't even moved, and he's already sort of almost outside the leader. As she can do when he really lets it go, she rolls in pretty badly on him. That's just she's going so quick. Her previous PB figure on my stuff was in the Melbourne Cup last year. This will have obliterated that, I'd assume. The data isn't through yet. But I think it's a really brave run. The 3rd horse, Spanish Mission, big performance, Incentivised to sit outside leader and run 2nd. Floating Artist, blessed in run, but completely gap 5th. Big performance, great ride. But she is a freak. She is a true champion. I should have backed her and I didn't. We could have backed her and I didn't. She had an SP profile over Incentivised. So what that means for the junk mail punters still is the last time that Very Elegant raced against Incentivised, she started shorter than Incentivised. So the collective intelligence of the whole gambling community all over the world said that Very Elegant was a more likely winner of that race than Incentivised was. So incentivize one, and that's where the brain goes to the result. But you got to look at it as like a percentage of chance. So it's like if you flip a coin 1,000 times, you know what I mean? Like if you got 4 heads, it's not going to be another head necessarily. It's going to come back to the chance. So the market told us the last time these horses met was Very Elegant was more likely to win that race. Incentivize killed her. I think he's a champion. That she is a proper beast of a champion. She's an outstanding horse.
And now rolling forward, because at the Mailbag we like to look forward, not backwards. We're rolling into Oaks Day tomorrow. What have you got for us, mate?
I am currently sort of diving through it. I don't want to bore you guys, but if you look at the profile of this Wooloowee, which will start favourite, I think. John McNeil gets replaced by Damien Oliver, who is the GOAT. J-Mac's probably about to knock him off as the greatest of all time, to be honest, but Ollie's still definitely the man. So it's a positive switch. This horse has been all over New South Wales. Like it raced at Randwick, then it went to Goulburn, then it went to Newcastle, then it came to Flemington and got there in the last little bit. Every single time this horse was raced in good races and in bad races, its last bit of work's been its best bit of work, which suggests, hey, I just want to keep running. I want further. I want to cover more ground. I think from a profiling point of view, the horse has a lot of upside, and I think the map, it's shown a little bit of tactical speed, a little bit of tactical speed.
Yeah.
So it can settle sort of in a good spot in the run. I think it and number 3 Daisy, so it's number 2 Wooloowee and number 3 Daisies. They fought out the Wakeful on Saturday on Derby Day. They both back up here. I think they're both the map horses and probably the form horses. J-Mac rides Daisies. Ollie rides Wooloowee. Yeah, they're 2 of the all-time great riders. I think they hold the sort of aces here. I think Morris sets a horse with some scope to improve. Biscayne Bay a little bit the same, and maybe Elusive Express brings that good Guineas form, but Yearning beat it home in the Guineas, and Willoway and Daisies gapped Yearning on Saturday. So I'd have Willoway just in front of Daisies, and we'll probably look to back both around the $5 mark, mate.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, well, you can catch all.
I've been good this morning. That was all off the cuff.
Yeah, that was very good. You've done well. But if you want to be seeing our Mounting Yard mail, we've got Jacko at the track. He'll be there all week. We've also got Stakes Day on the Saturday. You need to make sure that you're getting the grouse pack, or you need to make sure you're getting the platinum pack. So jump online now and snap that up. But happy punting, everyone, and thanks for jumping on, Dicko.
And just like the SP profile for the people who are still listening, right? We were 14 units down with nothing back on yesterday. We lost 9.5 for nothing back on Saturday. Now, for the last 9 months, we won at 7.5%. For my entire life, I've won at 10%. So what is that saying, Dill? We've been flipping the coin. It just keeps being heads. It's about to be fucking tails. We are about to win. Now's the time to get on board.
All right, thanks heaps for that, Dicko. You're killing it as always, mate. Now into the real impressive stuff what we've been waiting for. It's Totsy's comedy hour. But I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous because one, it's not going to go for an hour. But 2, if Totsy does well here, either me or Dill are going to get kicked off next week. So I'm a little bit nervous, but good luck, buddy. Good luck.
Look, I'm pretty confident with this one. One of you boys is going to have to be pretty nervous about their job. So look, bloke walks into a bar, right? Pissed as a fart, right? He's had a few drinks. He's been on a bit of a pub crawl for the day. Walks into the bar, but there's something strange going on. He's got a steering wheel in his pants. And anyway, blokes are looking at him like, what's going on with this bloke? Anyway, walks up to the bar, goes to the bartender. Hey, mate, what's going on? Pot of draft, please. Bartender looks at him and goes, what the hell is going on with you, mate? He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, you've got a steering wheel in your pants. And he looks down, he goes, shit, I do too. I knew something was driving me nuts.
That's very good, Tom. Very good.
That's good. That's good. You sure you're not a 40-year-old dad, Totsy? Because that's brilliant stuff.
Anyway, boys, let me know what time we're on next week and which one of you will be joining me.